Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in to episode 304 of your Overseas Connection, the official podcast of the G4TE.com community. That is Gaming for the Elderly. And today is January 23rd, 2015, and we like to talk about video games. Amazingly, there was lots of video game stuff to talk about this week, but before we get into all of that, I want to introduce our fine panel of hosts. Of course, we have Mr. PC himself, Richard Webster, on the podcast this week.
Good evening, hosts and listeners. This is Richard Webster, aka Big Dad Bad Daddy.
Big Dad Bad Daddy? I don't know, somehow they got a little twisted there, Rich. I'm just saying.
I just went onto the Twitch stream and I heard you talking after you'd spoken. And it just really threw me off.
That's what I try to do. I try to throw everybody off.
So I've turned it off now, yeah. So this is Richard Webster, Big Bad Daddy, in your ears this evening, taking you through the night and into the mystic.
Nice. Also on the show this week, another PC elitist, Mr. Fraser Moores, making his return. Apparently there were no curling matches tonight.
There is a curling match tonight, but it's not for a couple of hours.
Until
9 o'clock.
I was about to feel special when you said...
Stretch too.
Okay, what the hell was that? But more importantly, I was going to feel special for a moment, Fraser.
Well, you are special. Don't think that you're not, Greg. You are very special.
I've been
honored.
told that by multiple schools. That's beside the point. No, I thought you were giving up curling for us tonight, but no, apparently it's just a little later. So you're like, yeah, I could squeeze them in.
No, for if you're interested, which you shouldn't be by any means. I'm in a draw that rotates, so sometimes it's 7 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and sometimes it's on another day. So
okay,
it's hit and miss whether it clashes. So I apologize when it does clash.
Yeah, that's okay.
You forgive me.
I do forgive you. I was going to try and make some kind of Clash of Clans segue. There's none to be made at this point.
No, we don't need one of those.
We can make a segue over to Miss Nicole Radowski, though. Also on the show this week, not a PC elitist.
No, I am not a PC elitist. And hello, everybody. How is everybody tonight?
I'm just fine, thanks to Cole. How are you?
I'm grand, thank you. I'm listening to my dog owl.
Was that what I heard?
Your dog
yes,
owl?
that little... She's howling.
Well, now we really do just bring it all to the table.
Hell yeah.
This podcast is filled with specialness.
More than you need to know.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Video games. It's a thing we like to talk about. We often like to talk about what we've been playing. We used to have a jingle that we'd play. It was a fancy little song and dance bit that Mike Chin's girlfriend did for us. It was lovely. But
was that Mike? I remember that. Was that Mike Chin's girlfriend, was it?
It was, yes. Should be his fiance, but he's too chicken. Just saying.
Right.
Calling you out, Mike.
Boom.
Yeah, boom, drop the mic. Anyway, so let's talk about video games we've been playing this past week. I'll start it off. I'm feeling good about my choice of gameplay this week. Twofold. So one, it's not necessarily a new game. I've been playing The Wolf Among Us. I had tried the demo way back when it first came out and held off on picking it up. And I picked it up over the holidays as part of one of the bundled deals where they gave you basically like all 5 of the Telltale games for, I think it was like under $50. It was like $30, I think, if I'm not mistaken. But fantastic deal. And I have to say, having experienced The Wolf Among Us this way versus having to wait for episodes to come out, I firmly now believe any of these Telltale story-based games, just wait. Do not buy them when they come out. You don't need to buy it right away. Wait for multiple episodes to come out to where you can play them in succession and kind of binge on it, if you will. Usually you'll be able to find a better deal for the game as well. And it's a better experience.
100% right, Greg.
I'd like hearing that.
Because that's the way I experienced The Wolf Among Us, and I said the exact same thing not too long ago, that I was fortunate enough to come in right at the end of it, so I had all of them just to wade all the way through. So, and I really really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it is such a better experience, and I think largely due to the fact that Telltale also had been so, they're pretty hit and miss in terms of how quickly they're turning these episodes around. So you never truly know how long it's going to take. You can't count on it as like it's going to be next week. They tend to release out every month and a half to 2 months, and again, why wait? Just hold off, wait till they're all out there, then buy it, and you will be rewarded with a far better experience. And The Wolf Among Us, holy crap, that's a great game. I've been loving it thoroughly.
Now, have you loved it? I think I love The Wolf Among Us, not so much for the game itself, but just for what it is, like the story and the characters and the situation. And I mean, as a game, it's okay.
Right.
It was
right.
easy. It was easy to play, and I enjoyed playing it all the way through. But I love the characters. Like I love Bigby and Mr. Toad and all the characters. I just thought they're great. Just
Yes. So to that, I would totally agree with you that the story and the characters and the storyline, if you will, of being a detective is probably the most compelling part of The Wolf Among Us. I do also find that I really do like the detective moments of the game. So trying to, diffuse a situation between multiple characters where it's starting to heat up a little bit. I was very much in the moment, and I completely kind of got it wrong in some certain ways when I was going through it, and I don't want to spoil it for anybody that, I know it's an old game, but there's people out there that haven't played it. So, but I found those moments where dialogue choices I could tell were going to be in fact impactful. I really got into it, and I very much enjoyed that mechanic. Um, the action sequences where you're trying to punch somebody and you have to line up the circle with the trigger, and that I could do with that. I could care less. It was the story driven dialogue choices and knowing that sometimes those choices really did have an impact and they mattered and could go wrong in a pretty significant way, or at least you think they could. That to me was exciting. So
yeah, it's good. I mean, you can't really go wrong. That's the thing. It's a little bit of a weird one because it's like, is it a game? Is it not a game? I mean,
right,
because you can't like get a game over screen. There's no game over. I
right,
mean,
right.
you are going to follow a path of answering questions or making decisions that are going to lead to an outcome, no matter which path or choices you make. So,
I
I mean,
mean,
but it's good. But it's good. I mean, it's like a choose your own adventure, isn't it?
100%. I mean, that's actually what I was just going to bring up, Fraser. It is the choose your own adventure books of my youth and your youth. I'm assuming you're not reading those anymore, but that's exactly what this is put to video game format, and it translates really really well. So I'm looking forward to eventually playing Game of Thrones, and that's that's gonna wait though. I've got other games to play in the meantime, so I'm just gonna let the episodes roll out, and then when they're all out there, then I'll play it through.
So, did the bundle that you bought, does that include Game of Thrones and
Yes.
like a season pass for it?
Yep, it has the Game of Thrones, the Borderlands,
Oh, that's good.
both of the Walking Dead seasons, and the Wolf Among Us.
Yeah,
I
you
mean, it
can't
was a
go-
fantastic deal.
you
Heck
can't
yeah.
go-
Yeah. So, anyway, so that's me. That's literally all I have played. The only other thing I have played is watch the press release or the news event, if you will, and that has been an extent of my gaming interaction this week. So there's that. Speaking of being someone that is keenly aware of what's happening in the news realm, Nicole, I know you have been all over the news sites and checking out all of the stuff that's been happening this past week. Let's talk first about what you've been playing.
Oh, Greg.
Yeah,
Hey
I
man,
know,
she
he's so
wins
full
like
of
all
shit.
the news quizzes, so
But I don't look at the news. I just guess well.
Nicole, you've got to learn to lie
No,
better.
I'm sorry. I'm so smart, and I am all over the news. I'm a fucking master at it. Pardon my French. The French are all rolling over in their graves. Um, All of them. A
Yeah.
little Dragon Age Inquisition. I almost said Inquisiwig.
Inquisitive.
I hate you guys. Um, and I still am loving that game, so probably will be playing it for a very long time. Um, and I got a present for my birthday, which
Oh, happy birthday, by the way. We have a
Yes, happy
tomorrow.
birthday,
Mine,
Nicole.
yeah, mine's tomorrow. Robin's is
Happy
today.
birthday.
So
we have
thank
multiple
you,
birthdays. Well, we're not going to necessarily be talking to you tomorrow. So happy birthday.
thank you.
Would you just
So
turn what? 17, 18, I think. Right?
21, I can drink now.
Perfect.
That's it. Yes. But a dear friend got me the DLC for Destiny, and I went and played one round of it and got 2 levels out of it. So I'm a 25 finally on the PS4 because so I had a little bit of fun with that one. And then so Dragon Age, Destiny. Last night played Minecraft, the PC version. Thank you, boys.
Oh.
I still hate it. I still prefer a controller. I have to think if I play it on the damn PC, what combination of what. Whereas if I play it on a console, I just go pick what I want. You
Right.
know, it's all right there. So I hate thinking. When that's a non-thinking game, I shouldn't have to think on how to make stairs, which it's a diagonal, by the way. Anyway, and so played with, well, I played alone, talking with Conger and Hardly Dan,
This would be Steve
Amherst,
Conger,
that whole crew,
Gary
Rabid
Amherst,
Scotsman.
Hardly
Yeah,
Dan. Okay.
had a
That's not
blast.
Epic Scotsman.
Right.
No, Rabid one. The Rabid one, not
His
the epic.
cousin Rabid.
Yes.
And just had such a good laugh that we thought we were going to actually kill Conger because he couldn't recover from laughing so hard. And then Trivia Crack, the game I love to hate. It is on the phone, so any of your mobile devices, you can get this game. Actually, a lot of us in the Clash of Clans clan are playing it against each other, and it's this. Um, you do the trivia questions, answer it, try and get 6 little objects in a row. You get those 6, you win the entire thing, and you have up to 25 chances to do it. So it's a lot of fun. And it's actually kind of hard sometimes. Some of the questions are not from my region, even though they're supposed to be. Same with some of my friends that are in the UK. They're like, I had too many American questions. I'm like, you should try this side. There's too many UK questions. I don't know. But all good stuff. I'm really
Now,
loving that game.
Nicole, can I ask you a question? Did you
Yeah.
play Quiz Up?
Yes, I did. And I like this much better.
Do you? Because I loaded this up and I found it a little bit tough to sort of sift through, and I thought this isn't refined as Quiz Up. I don't know if I like it, so maybe I should
Oh,
stick at
no.
it, try it again.
No, I really do. It's easy to find us. I'm at Amaranth on there, so look us up, and you keep your friends. You have a friends list on there that you can add other games to. And
Will you be my friend?
yes, dear, I'll be your friend.
No.
I will tease you as relentlessly as I tease the others. No, if you play against Nat,
Nats.
who's
Oh.
Natris. If you play against him, he's evil, and he will steal all your little. Because you have to get these little characters. He'll steal your characters from you.
Oh,
So
okay.
I always make sure whenever I'm playing him, if he has a little football sports character, I make sure I get the little football sports character because he can't steal what you already have. If he gets the little entertainment popcorn dude, I get the little entertainment popcorn dude. That's the next one I go for. So we're matchy matchy because he's already stolen from me, and I'm not having that again. He apparently sucks at world geography, whereas that's one of my better ones. So it is cool. You can even submit questions or review other people's questions and see if they're good enough for the game.
Okay. It's exciting.
I
Trivia.
like it. Yes.
I love trivia, and I'm super excited to see that you have been practicing for our trivia quiz.
Yes, because, Fucking Brainiac.
All right, Nicole. Anything else?
No, sir.
Okay. Well, thank you. That was nice and formal. No, sir. Uh, all right. Let's kick this over to the person I don't know anything of what they have played, Fraser Moores.
I have been beavering away and finally finished The Evil Within, which I think I would probably play the last time we spoke.
You had been, yes.
Yes. So I've been trying to grab an hour here, an hour there to try and get it done. Finally finished it this week.
And final verdict?
I loved it. I thought it was great.
Okay.
Right. Yeah. Just I thought it was brilliant. Just everything I hoped for, it delivered all the way up through to the end.
Now, are you? Let me ask a question. Are you one of those, high tension, jump scare kind of fans, or do you go more for kind of the actiony horror, kind of vibe? And I'm assuming this game was more actiony than.
Yeah, I'm more actiony horror, so more along the lines of the Resident Evil games, which is more actiony horror. Really, there are jump scares in there. And this one definitely has it in spades at the start because you have no idea what's going on, and it's pretty grim. Right from the get-go. But once you've put in the time and got used to the scenarios and still some of the bad guys that come at you are really, really bad. And there were still some jump scares towards the end, but really it was more tension with how can I deal with the situation with the limited resources that I have, because it never overpowers you at all.
Right.
You get more adept at using your weapons and using them more efficiently. For example, you can burn bodies. So you could take down say you have 5 guys coming at you.
Okay.
You take down the first one with a shot to the knee, and then you set him on fire and burn the other 4, right? So rather than sort of wasting 20 rounds of ammo, you've used 1 shot and a match. So
now,
Okay,
so quick question, and this is just my naiveness here. So you shoot the one guy in the knees, he drops, you set him on fire, and the other 4 are single file clambering behind him, and they just walk through the fire and set on fire.
Yeah, if they're close enough, they'll catch fire as well. So yeah, it's interesting because you're given these matches at the start of the game. Matches are effectively another weapon in your arsenal. So
do you have limited matches?
Oh, everything's limited. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And all the way through the game, you're picking up experience in the form of this green goop that you find all over the place, or that certain characters will drop when they die. And
now, does anybody use a lighter or is it all matches?
It's all matches.
Okay.
But then,
sorry, I'm just going to ask all these dumb questions now to get them out of the way. What year is this in? Is this modern day, or is it kind of set in the 50s or something?
No, it's modern day.
Okay, I wasn't sure because the vibe I got from the character in terms of kind of his clothing and aesthetic, it almost looked like he had kind of that old Private Eye kind of look to him.
Yeah, maybe a little bit, but he's not like that. But it's
okay.
But again, you know what? The settings and the scenes are sort of like old hospitals and deserted places.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so you could feel like you were jumping between different eras anyway.
Okay.
So. Sorry, I just got a bit distracted there. Yeah, so it's pretty good.
All right. Okay. You would recommend to any horror genre fan, or?
Sorry. So again, you know what? Sorry, I tell you why.
Are you being distracted by family, Fraser?
I'm being terribly distracted. No, I'll tell you why I'm being distracted here. I'm being distracted because yesterday I bought an axolotl, right? Which is this salamander type thing.
Okay.
And all he's ever done is he sits on the bottom of this big fish tank we bought as well.
Okay.
And just as I was telling you that, he started swimming around the tank. It's the first time I've ever seen him swim. So that was I was trying to get my wife's attention to show that the axolotl. It's really cool. You should look that up. Axolotl. Hope that comes up. Maybe that will come up on Trivia Crack if we're lucky. What is an axolotl?
It is a reptile that sidesteps and totally distracts our podcast.
No, it's an amphibian. Don't get any points for that. So sorry about that. So yeah. Anyway, yeah. So once I was and he's an albino axolotl, and his name is Eddie Murphy. So there you go.
Oh my God, how funny is that?
That is pretty good.
First that you said albino.
I know, albino, and then that you named him.
Yeah.
Sorry, he's an albino. Yeah. But the best, what I really enjoyed, just to finish off with The Evil Within, I do apologize, I'm terrible, I won't be asked back again, is that getting to the end, towards the end, it really did pile on the pressure. Like it started to throw all the things that you had encountered at different area, different points throughout the game. It started to throw them back at you as if to say, you know what, we're coming towards the end. Here's the challenge. The challenges are coming, and it was a real challenge. But I still had a massive cheesy grin on my face going through the end, and then they really did give you a great boss battle ending that was just so immensely satisfying. It was just a great finish. And then in the true spirit of the guy of Resident Evil games, because it's designed by the same guy, finished the game, and as at the end, after the credits rolled, it goes, congratulations on clearing the game. Here you go. You've unlocked the machine gun. You've unlocked the rocket launcher. You've unlocked this. And it just hands you a load of weapons and says, now you can just go have fun and go just wipe everything out. You've earned it. So it was great. It was a great game.
The picture in my head now, through the course of this discussion of this game, I have, and you finishing this game, is you sitting there, I'm assuming controller in hand, but maybe you played keyboard and mouse. It doesn't really matter.
No, controller.
Okay. Controller in hand.
Yep,
the screen, the screen highlighting your face in a little bit more darkened room. A Marty Feldman-like smile beaming across your face, and this little lizard sitting on your shoulder as you play through happily.
No, it's an axolotl. He can't come out of the water.
Axolotl. My bad.
Like, he lives in the water. It's an amphibian.
Albino. Yes, I know this. Eddie Murphy.
He's not a reptile.
It just reminds me of Beano.
Yes, the anti-gas drug. Yes, your lizard can also help cure gas, Fraser.
He's not a lizard. He's an amphibian.
Damn it! I'm just going to keep calling him a lizard. Well, lizards are amphibious, sort of.
No, lizards are reptiles.
Well, damn it.
They're not the same.
I know. I'm losing this battle quickly.
You are. Don't play trivia, crack.
I will not. I will just give trivia. This is what I do best. Speaking of trivia, is there any other games on your list, Fraser?
I think there is one more game I've been playing, and that's Diablo 3.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I thought it was time to play Diablo 3. It was one of the... I'm slowly running out of games to play on the PlayStation 3. I'm just sort of, wringing the towel out now of the last titles that I want to get played on there. And I really wanted to play Diablo 3 on a console. As far as I'm aware, the PC controls... the PC game plays perfectly well, and it's probably the better title. I don't want to play it with a keyboard and mouse, and the PC isn't optimized for controller support at all. So I decided to pick that up for the PS3. I picked up the Reaper of Souls, or is it the Ultimate Evil Edition?
Right. Which
is the new and improved version, which I think is also what everybody will be buying for their PS4s and Xbox Ones right now. I think it's out for everything.
Yes,
anyway.
It is.
It's an anomaly, this game. I don't know why I like it, but I do.
Well, it's mindless fun though. I mean, it's you've got the collecting of the loot. It can be challenging, but also to a certain degree, it's easy. I mean, you're just smashing away and slashing away, and so to me, not Resident Evil, Diablo 3 is a perfect. I just want to change up the pace and do something I don't have to give a lot of thought to, because the story is pretty throwaway. It is all about getting the loot and just kind of moving through and moving on to the next level. Yeah,
I think so. We started playing it. I started playing it online co-op with a friend of mine in the UK, and we started off on easy level. Mm-hmm. And I think even after 4 or 5 hours or 3 or 4 hours or whatever it is I put into it, I didn't die once. And then he sent me an article this week saying, this is the way to play it, written by somebody, and said, don't play it on easy. You need to be playing it on expert, and don't sell your stuff. Get the guy to get the blacksmith to reclaim it or whatever.
Right. Yeah. You tear it down and use it for parts.
So there are a couple little tips in there, and so I changed the difficulty and started playing on expert, and it was the first time I died within the first 5 minutes, and I was like, oh god, I'm not sure about this. But within sort of another 10 or 15 minutes, I was actually playing. I was avoiding getting killed and having to make more use of evasion skills and everything rather than just mashing the X button.
Right.
and
Right.
plowing through things. So it's really good. And my son started playing it, so we started. I mean, it allows you to have numerous characters. So even though I've got my character up to about level 25 or whatever he is, I shut him down. I stopped playing with him and started up a new character at level 1 with my son, and we just
Right.
co-op played it, and he had a big grin on his face playing that. So it's great. I mean, it's just.
I don't recall, but I don't know if it was a limited time deal or if it's just a kind of ongoing offer. But I know at least at one point, Blizzard made the offer that you could, in a sense, kind of create a secondary account and or maybe I'm getting Destiny confused. I might be getting Destiny confused. I thought there was a way to be able to transfer your character up to the new version, but
Yeah, I
it
think
might
you
be.
can. Go. You mean
Yeah,
go? Oh,
like
what from
imported in.
Diablo 3 to the Reaper of Souls,
Well, so
or to
Diablo 3
Ultimate
Reaper
Evil?
of Souls for PS3, then push it up to the PS4 version.
Yeah, I think you can do that. I've got a feeling it hasn't gone as seamlessly as everybody hoped.
Mm-hmm.
I think I heard that, but don't quote me on it. Um,
I will not.
but I believe they let you do it. So, but I mean, I've linked my PS3 account to my Blizzard account, so there's some sort of integration there. There must be. So
Yeah, I would think so.
yeah, but it's good. I mean, it looks great on the PS3. I'm sure it could look a lot better, but it looks just fine. Runs well.
That's
I'm
all
very
that matters.
pleased. Yeah, pleased with it. It's good.
Good. All right. Actually, before we move over to Mr. Webster, I'm going to make a quick little announcement. Of course, if you're listening to this podcast on recording, you can join us live every Friday. We kick off around 3 o'clock Pacific time, 6 p.m. on the East Coast, and God knows what time out on British
11.
Standard. Yeah, I know. I just like making fun of them. Love you, Rich. But yeah, so we are live on Twitch. So all you have to do is go to live.g4te.com and you can listen to the show live, partake in the chat, or as we like to call it, Nicole, the chat.
Yes, that's right, the chat.
Yes.
So while we're doing this, let's say hi to some of our friends in the chat.
Let's say hi to our friends in the chat. Who is in the shatter?
In chat, we have the Taffman, Parsnip, the Henwood, the Gamesman RPG, and Teflon 12. And we appreciate them coming in and chatting with us.
Yes, we do. All right, Mr. Webster.
Okay, I've played Drift Stage.
Talk to me about this. I'm not familiar.
Drift Stage is, well, I'll tell you what it is.
If you tell me this is you drifting in and out of sleep,
No, never. No, Drift Stage, I'll read what the website's About page says about it. Drift Stage is a modern evolution of the classic arcade racer, bringing the gameplay up to date a bit while keeping the late 80s style intact. It's basically a racing game with an 80s or really early 90s skin. It's very
Okay.
retro graphics. The music is all like retro 80s rock music. The art style's all 80s retro and stuff. And it's pretty fantastic.
okay. I'm
It's
assuming this is a Steam game.
No, it's not even released yet. It's got an alpha version out to download for free, and it's on Kickstarter. They're hoping to finish the game soon and release it on Steam and probably elsewhere.
I did see, Richard, that you tweeted or sent a message out about it, and I took a quick look at it. It's got a very, very distinctive style. I didn't get a chance to download it. I wanted to, but I forgot.
Yeah, it's definitely worth a download. The only thing you can do on it at the minute is basically just like a time attack with yourself. It's just one track, single lap, and then when you get to the finish line, you basically carry on racing, but then there's a ghost of your last time, and it's basically just fighting against yourself for the best time.
Okay.
But it's a really good game. It knows what it wants to be. It's got a lot of blue and a lot of orange colours, and it's like a skyline, and there's no ground under the city. It's just black, but it's just fantastic. And just to show you the sort of, I don't know, the response that this game's been getting, they wanted $30,000 on Kickstarter to carry on the project. I think within the first weekend they got up to like 35. So they're
Good
at
for them.
46,000 now already.
That's good.
That is very good. I like hearing that.
Yeah, and I think one of the pledges for $10 is you'll get. I'll read it out to you so that you know. Here we go. Here we go. Where are we, motherfucker?
Prepared as always, I see.
For $10, you get a digital copy of the game for PC, Mac, or Linux. It says you get DRM free download and a Steam key as well. You get backer forum access and a name in the credits as a backer for
Nice.
$10.
Nice.
Now
For $10.
that's like the cost of the game when it comes out anyway. So pledge $10 now, you get 2 keys for the game and your name on the credits.
That's a pretty sweet deal.
But yeah, I think you should definitely check it out. It's really easy. It works with the Xbox pad. You just plug it in, go, done, and it's a lot of fun. It's just like these old like sort of Sega Genesis, Mega Drive type racing games, but with like today's technology. So you could easily say it's like a proper sort of drifting game because that's what it is. It's about drifting around the corners, but it's just got the skin of like an old game. So yeah, check that out. Drift Stage. It's very good.
It has been pretty interesting to see how many games seem to be kind of thrown back to this retro vibe, and if I hear the word pixel art style, love you Bossway podcast, but I cringe when I hear that nowadays. It seems like it's becoming a bit kind of hipsterish, if you will, but.
Go on, say it, Greg.
I can appreciate if it's a fun game, but man, I'm tired of the old school retro vibe. I want at least a more modern-ish look to the games as opposed to going complete retro.
I don't know. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I mean,
yeah, it's like
You can get
iDarb. iDarb is a perfect example. It seems like it's a fun game. Everybody's raving about it, but when I look at that game, I want to vomit.
right. Yeah. No, I get that. But, as well, I see some games, some modern games are like very simple 2D platformer games where, like, there was one that was on Xbox Live Arcade by some squirrel that you had to collect nuts or something. I don't know, whatever it was. And it was a fine game. It wasn't too bad. But just the fact it was so slick and HD and snazzy, it didn't quite, it was almost overdone, for what it was.
Right.
So I think there's some sort of balance in there that can be had.
Definitely.
There's definitely a sort of culture over these last couple of years, hasn't it? To go back to the pixel art, the like 8-bit or 16-bit era of games and stuff. Even so much as they're releasing these old games. Like you can buy like pretty much all the old Final Fantasies now on like Android and iOS and stuff. Every week there seems to be a new game. Some make it really big, like Terraria, and I mean you could maybe say Minecraft, but it's not really like that style of game. It's just got that texture. The thing with Drift Stage, I think what sets it apart is I don't think there's another retro racer out there right now, and this is like a new thing. They've probably thought like, what games did we love to play as kids? And it was probably like, remember back in the arcades when you'd play those like really cheesy racing games, and there'd be like cheesy like knockoff Van Halen music and stuff. Mm-hmm. And I think that is part of the reason why people are going back to these old style graphics. I think it's
I mean, there's no doubt it scratches an itch for some people. It's just me. I'm clearly in the minority because they certainly are very popular right now. So, but hey, let's talk about another crappy retro-esque game that's got 8-bitish art styles.
Crappy retro. Say it like it is, Greg.
I'm just
That
kidding.
one nearly went by everyone.
Rich, you've been playing Mario Wii.
Do you know what I have? And I was.
I have a funny about that. That was on Trivia Crack.
Oh, okay.
It asked.
Go ahead,
Sorry,
Nicole.
go.
Real quick, Nicole.
It just asked what the most popular selling game for the Wii was, or for Nintendo was, and it was Mario.
There you
And
go.
I thought that was hilarious.
Which Mario? You can't
Sure,
just
Mario
say it was
Kart.
Mario. There's like about 100 Mario games.
Is it Mario or Mario?
It's Mario Kart.
Oh, Mario Kart Wii. Was that 6?
Yeah, I think so. And it's not Mario, because any Italian hears him say that, they're going to beat the shit out of him with the sausage.
Any Italian where?
In Italy.
In America.
America.
America. Y'all need to quit making fun of our country. Remember, you're a
No.
peaceful group.
All right.
I'm coming to your country on Sunday.
I'm sorry.
Congratulations. We're letting you in.
Can I come in?
Come on down, Fraser. We'll take you in.
Thanks.
Where
Good
are you
luck
going?
getting back.
Rich, we will get back to you, I
Chicago.
promise. Chicago.
It's fine. You know, I'm just relaxing.
Oh,
Chicago.
Chicago.
I have been to Chicago once. It lives up to its billing of being a
It's a
windy
city.
city and it's cold.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I don't expect much less.
Yeah.
I'm going for the company expensed restaurants and hotels and
Make
staying
sure
in the warmth.
Drive any damn where.
I'm
Yes.
not driving anywhere.
Oh my
No,
God, the
don't walk.
traffic is sick.
But you don't want to walk either. I'm just
No,
saying that
thanks.
now. I got caught in the rain. It was bad. Yeah.
Yeah,
All
take
right.
a taxi. Let
Rich,
him do it.
Rich Mario, let's talk about it.
Well, I don't know if many people have ever talked about Mario much over the last few years, to be honest.
No, I think it's a game that's largely gone unnoticed.
Hang on.
Yeah, it's sort of
Hang
flown
on.
under
We're
the
doing it
radar.
again. We're just calling it Mario. Which game are you playing, Rich?
New Super Mario Brothers Wii.
Okay.
Yeah, I would like to
Yeah.
point out in the notes he just said Mario Wii. It's not my fault.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I've been talking a lot about Mario recently, so
Well,
I've
as
been
long as you
playing a
talk
lot
about
of
Mario, we'll know what you're talking about. When you start talking about Mario, I'm not sure who
Mario.
you're talking about. Rich, keep going.
You see these, McNulty? These are for you.
Honestly, after playing Drift Stage, I just sort of thought, like, I fancied playing a game, and I've got like all the next gen games on the computer and stuff, and I just thought, like, I just feel like playing a game that's just simple and just like back
Wait
to
a minute,
basics.
wait a minute. Going from Drift Stage, you said you wanted to play a game that's simple.
Yeah, after like playing Drift Stage, it reminded me of what like a simple game can be. Do you know,
Okay.
without the frills and bells. And I sat there honestly, and I've not played my Wii for about 6 years or something. And I
You've
just
not played
thought,
with your Wii. That's good.
yeah. And then, so I just thought, fuck it, and I played New Super Mario Brothers. And do you know what? Some of those levels are really hard. Even I really struggled. I died. I lost about 10 lives on one bit. But yeah, and it just reminded me of like when games just used to be fun just for the sake of being a game, you know, and it didn't take itself seriously. Obviously, Super Mario is one of the exceptions of the fact that it transcends video games. It is synonymous with video games. But yeah, I just thought, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna play something simple. So I put Shadow of Mordor to rest. I put Battlefield 4 to sleep and played some New Super Mario Brothers Wii.
Good for you, Rich.
Fuck it.
Good for
And
you, because I did
you know-
that. I resurrected my Wii before. I hadn't played with my Wii for a while, and so so I got my Wii out and started playing with it just before Christmas.
Does your wife
What did
know?
you play?
Super Mario Galaxy 2 and Twilight Princess: Legend of Zelda. And
Yeah,
Super
I
Mario
played that
Galaxy
game
2
too.
is nothing short of the Super Mario Galaxy games. Have you played those?
Do you know what? I haven't.
Genius, mate. You got to get on those. I mean, keep your Wii out and get the Super Mario Galaxy games. You won't go wrong. They're just so well. This is back, and if anybody's listening has listened to me on maybe Game Punchers or whatever else, I've been talking about the Wii U that I got for Christmas. Nintendo knows what they're doing with their first party releases.
They do.
They have got that stuff locked down so tight, it is unbelievable. And it's things that's why Mario Kart on the Wii was such a huge seller. Galaxy's brilliant. The Mario games on the Wii U are second to none in terms of their performance and the way they work, and no problems, and their presentation, music, graphics, everything. It's just, yeah. So all that PC elitist talk, Richard and I were holding hands and we're going into the promised land of Nintendo.
You guys are
We're
holding your
leaving-
hands with your
We're
Wii's out.
leaving the people. We've got
Wow.
our Wii's in one hand and we're marching into Nintendo land.
Do you know what? If Ubisoft took as much care with their games as Nintendo, Assassin's Creed Unity could have been the best game ever made.
It's true.
You know,
I cannot
it's
argue
mad
with
how
that.
Nintendo. Honest to God, right? I don't have a Wii U, but if I got one today, I would probably be like giddy because I really want to play like the latest Mario game. I want to play the Toad game because they just look really good. They look beautiful. They look like they're fun, and like you said, Nintendo just know what they're doing. It may be stupid little games, and it may be like gamey stuff, gamey game features, but they're just great. Sometimes it's good to put down the rifle and stop the battlefield wars and actually go back to like what an actual game is.
Yeah, too right. I'm going to interject again. We played Toad Tracker as well a couple of weeks ago. That's the one you're talking about, Richard?
Yeah, the
It's
one with the backpack and stuff.
Oh man, it is quality. It's genius. It's such a good game. Such a good game.
Rich, you actually just upset me quite a bit. I realized after you said Assassin's Creed Unity that I still have Assassin's Creed Unity sitting in its stupid sleeve from GameFly, sitting underneath my console. I've had that thing
Underneath.
since launch. Well, not literally underneath,
It's
but in
propping up your Xbox.
What are
Exactly.
you doing with yourself? You need to take a step back to Lacey and take a good long
Apparently.
hard look in the mirror.
I could have
saw one
bought
of your
the goddamn
tweets today
game by
about
now.
going digital only. What's the other story? I'm only going digital now for the future. What are you doing with yourself?
I'm all over the place, man. I don't know.
New, shiny, and broke.
Apparently.
I'll buy it, he says.
All right. Rich, anything else?
No, I think I'll leave it at that.
Okay. Well, then let us jump headlong into the news quiz.
Sweet.
Yes, there are 6 questions on the news quiz this week, or the Switch, whatever. The first question will be worth 5 points. The second question is going to be worth 10 points. So it's going to be basically kind of a crazy cash grab. You get your second. Actually, no, strike that. We'll just make them 5 points each. This will be the fairest way. I had to rethink that.
Did it hurt?
It did. So 5 points each, or 5,000 each. Take your pick. I don't care. The first question is going to be going to Nicole, because Nicole, you have been so gung-ho on trivia and honing your skills and ready that obviously you are the first one to go. Rich, you will be second.
Okay.
And Fraser, that means, of course, you automatically lose in our third. Right?
Will you call me Mario, please?
I will call you Mario, yes, absolutely. All right, first up, Nicole. Are you ready?
Yep. As ready as I'm gonna be. Oh, for fuck's sake.
What? I didn't even get the question out yet. I didn't even put the question out there, and you're already
I
bitching.
hit the wrong button and logged myself out of the chat for
Oh, so now nobody's gonna be feeding you answers, huh?
Nobody's feeding me answers
I'm
anyway. It was just
Getting around.
funny.
Oh, they're gonna feed you the wrong ones anyway. You don't want to pay attention to them. Nicole, are you ready?
Yeah, as ready as I'm gonna be.
All right, Nicole. The Elder Scrolls Online has announced a release date, as well as new info on the game dropping of the if I could say it, it would be so much easier. So the Elder Scroll Online has announced its release date and as well given new information, including the dropping of the subscription price for the game for PS4 and Xbox One. My question for you is, when will the game release? Is it A, June 9th, B, August 9th, or C, October 9th?
I'm gonna hate you right now.
You totally know this. I know you know this.
No, I did read an article on it because I thought it was funny.
Been reading.
You've been reading. That's a
I
good
was
start.
Really,
Reading is fundamental.
guys? Y'all are gonna make fun of my accent. Y'all are making fun of my accent.
So at this point, I believe you're talking to the Twitch chat.
No,
Are you-
I'm not even looking at it.
Oh.
August. What did you say? August, October,
June
and
9th, August 9th, or October 9th?
what? Let's go with the monkey in the middle.
Monkey
August.
in the middle, August 9th. All right, well, let's find out. Instead of telling you guys if you're right or wrong right away, I will just go ahead and read the answer. So, Bethesda had previously confirmed the game would be coming to the current gen consoles in early spring 2015. But this past week, they gave a solid date and now dubbed the Elder Scrolls Online Tamriel Unlimited, and the game will be coming worldwide on June 9th.
Little fuckers.
June 9th, right before E3, for the PS4 and the Xbox One. The biggest piece of news coming out of this, of course, was the fact that they were dropping the subscription fee. A lot of people were speculating that was going to be happening, and so they have, in fact, dropped the subscription fee, and all existing PC and Mac game accounts, open or closed, will be updated to the Tamriel Unlimited Edition in March, and former players will be invited back to give the game basically another try and experience the whole new world that they've created, and is now free.
Awesome.
So yes. So there will, of course, be an upfront fee, though. This isn't completely free to play. They're just dropping the subscription fee, so that's one important piece to note.
Which sounds a lot more appetizing. Somebody had said, I was reading a quick article on it, and somebody said, you know what, and it spoke to me, because it was like, you know what, I can't get my money's worth from a subscription service like I could
games.
if I was a student, right?
Yeah.
You know, I might go 2 weeks without being able to sit down and play more than an hour.
Yeah.
You know, or then suddenly a holiday or a long weekend will come and I can put in 8 hours a day. I mean,
Yeah, I completely agree. I mean, the realities are, I think there are very few games that can get away with a subscription fee, and I think those games even are starting to show some cracks in their armor, so to speak. And so I wonder if we really are seeing that death bell completely for the subscription-based games, and I kind of hope so, because for me, I'm not a fan of that.
Or have an option. I mean, here you go, buy it outright. Or
Right.
if you don't want to buy it outright, go subscription. I mean, the security and how to do that. Well, someone else can figure that out, but maybe that's an option.
Maybe upfront fee or pay over a little bit over time, and maybe it's
Pay as you go.
Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. What I don't like is the fact that Nicole got that wrong. Sorry, Nicole.
I'm okay with it, really.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I've
Okay.
wiped my tears. I'm moving on.
Tears.
Seriously?
Speaking of tears, Rich,
Yo.
another announcement-related question. What month will the Tony... God, if I could
Say
read
it.
and speak in the same thing, it would be so great. What month will the Sony TV series Powers debut in? Is it A, March, B, April, or C, May?
Do you know what? I don't even care enough to try and cheat. May.
Well, let us find out. Powers is an upcoming American television adaptation of the Powers comic book series, and the series will premiere on March 10th, 2015 on the PlayStation Network. A quote from the VP of Platform Marketing for Sony Computer Entertainment America said, "Number one for us is to promote the PlayStation business and PlayStation Plus." John Kohler went on to say, "There is a financial and marketing win in launching Powers the right way. It is a dark R-rated tale about two homicidal detectives assigned to investigate cases involving people with superhuman abilities." And Powers will be available on the PlayStation strictly in the U.S. to start, although obviously they will eventually launch it out towards other regions. But if you want to have...
Once everybody realizes how awesome it is, they'll be clamoring for it across the world.
Of course.
Yes. Individual episodes, in addition to being released on a weekly basis via PlayStation Plus, will be sold through either the Video Unlimited or PlayStation Store components of the PSN, and they have not given a cost to the individual episodes other than the first episode will be free. So there you go.
So get the first one and then wait a year for the rest of them to all come out and
That's
binge
right.
play.
Binge. There you go.
Because that's what I would do.
Not a bad play. Not a bad play at all. Rich, again, I'm sorry you got that wrong.
Oh,
Doors
well.
open, Morsey.
The door is completely wide open for you, Fraser. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Fraser, the Windows 10 event kicked off this past week.
You were well up
Boom.
for that, weren't you?
Well, we do have PC elitists on the podcast, so we had to make sure we covered this in full.
Yeah, but I haven't seen much on the old Twitter from you, Greg. And then the old Microsoft thing starts, and boom, tweet after tweet. You went a bit mental there.
Yeah, no, I was just sitting there watching it, and I was like tweeting away. I'm like, why not? But more importantly, which of these features was not announced from the Windows 10 event with regards to the Xbox One specifically and Windows 10? All right, is it A, game DVR, B, voice or text chat across devices, or C, stream from PC to Xbox One? Which was not announced.
I don't think, I'm not 100% sure. I know there was something in there about, did you say the first one was PVR?
DVR, game DVR.
I don't know. There was something about recording, and there was definitely something about capturing from Steam and pressing a button with something on it. I can't remember what it was. I tried to watch it. So I can't. I tried to watch a little bit of it. So I'm going to say the talking across devices.
Well, let's find out. Xbox Live is a social, interactive, and seamlessly integrated directly into Windows 10, bringing gamers the experience they love across devices, like multiplayer gaming on Windows 10 against players on Xbox One, and messaging and chat with friends. And the developers will have full access to the Xbox Live API, making it easier to create more powerful gaming scenarios. Additionally, with the deep integration of Xbox into the Windows 10 environment, games on Xbox One can be streamed through your home network to your Windows PC or tablet, not from. You also will be able to use the new game DVR feature that is going to be a fixture for every Windows 10 operating system. So there you go.
Here, I have a question. Does anybody know if I got that right or not?
I do. You did
No.
not. You did not.
You need to bring back that thing you got rid of about telling us if we got it right or not.
Fraser, here, just for you. You're wrong!
Oh, forsooth.
Yes, forsooth. No, you will be able to voice and text chat across devices. You will not be able to stream from your PC to the Xbox One. However, they are looking into that. But you will be able to stream from your Xbox One to your PC or tablet. So, there you go. And you will be able to use the game DVR as they are building that into the Xbox app in Windows 10.
Sweet.
Sweet indeed. All right, well, you guys just suck. That's what this all boils down to. Or my questions suck. One of the two. That could also be absolutely possible.
Hands up, who thinks his questions suck?
Thank God
Right?
there's no
Right.
video. I see nothing. Nicole, you are up next. Nicole, staying with the Windows 10 event.
Oh,
What game at the Windows 10 event was announced that it will be getting a PC version and cross-platform play between PC and Xbox One? Was it A, Forza Horizon 2, B, Halo 5, or C, Fable Legends?
I'm sorry. Forza what?
Forza Horizons 2, Halo 5,
Okay.
or Fable Legends? And I do know it's Forza Horizon 2, not Horizons. Just
Yeah, because there's only one Horizon.
exactly.
Just so you know, Nicole, I actually
Yeah.
had that written down somewhere on the notes, and I've deleted it just in case you see it again.
Well, guess what?
You
I'm
already saw
looking
it.
at a personal message on Old Gamers, so I'm not looking at the notes.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Halo, just cause.
All right, and just because you guys asked for it, Nicole, you are wrong.
Yeah, I knew that was coming.
Today we announced that we are bringing Fable Legends to Windows 10 PCs,
That
day
was my
and
other
date
guess.
with the Xbox One version in 2015. This means fans will be able to play with their PC counterparts. They haven't specified in terms of if there's going to be keyboard and mouse support for Fable Legends or not. They're leaving that up to the developer. I'm assuming they will. PC elitists, they love their keyboard and mouse. And
Where are these Fable Legends fans that they're talking about?
they're everywhere.
I love Fable, but not Fable Legends.
It's
Nobody
a bit
knows.
tired, though, isn't it? I mean, really, that's the best they could come up with.
I know we didn't get Master fucking Chief Collection. They gave us Fable
See, I
Legends.
was kind of hoping.
Oh God, what are they doing?
And we're pleased to bring you a cross-platform with Windows 10 Minesweeper.
I would totally play with you, Frazier, in Minesweeper.
Please don't play with him.
Well, he's already got his Wii out. I mean, I'm just saying.
Oh my God!
Rich, are you ready? Rich,
Yeah, go on.
this is your moment to shine. This is the moment right
Hit
here.
me in the face.
Rich, which of the following was not introduced as a new feature of Windows 10?
Okay.
A, the Cortana Assistant, B, the Halo search engine, or C, Project Spartan Internet Browser?
The Halo search engine.
Rich, you are right! Good
Boom.
job.
Because he's a
Nice.
PC freak.
Freak.
Yes.
Nice.
I refuse to use the word elitist.
Yeah, he's kind of elite. Rich, I've seen, we've seen pictures. He's got the muscles now. He's got the baby face.
That's true.
Yeah.
I've seen the muscles.
So anyway, yeah, Microsoft announced Cortana Assistant will be coming with every version of Windows 10. So if you have it on the desktop, you'll always have her there as well as on your tablet or phone. So you can talk to your computer if you want, Fraser. And the best news is you can upgrade to Windows 10 if you have Windows 7 or Windows 8 or 8.1 within the first year for free. So you can get Cortana for free.
Boom.
Boom. I know you're excited for that.
Booyaka.
I've said boom about 10 times today.
Yes. Speaking of boom, Spartan, Project Spartan, their internet browser, they are trying to push away from Internet Explorer. The way I looked at this when I saw this, it looks pretty much like the Chrome browser. It's stripped down. It's very basic. It does come with real-time web page annotation. So if you had a tablet, you could just write on the web page and save it. Integration with, of course, Cortana and built-in PDF support and built-in reading mode and reading list, whatever that is. I didn't really pay that much attention to that. But most importantly, Rich, you have taken a commanding 5-point lead. You have locked Nicole out from a possible tiebreaker scenario. Thank goodness for that, because I only have one tiebreaker question in mind here. So, Fraser, this means the pressure now is all on your shoulders.
Oh, go on.
Get this right, you stay in the game. You get this wrong, you hand the trophy to Mr. Webster, who is claiming trivia superiority. He has been a numerous time winner here. So
Yeah. Multi-champ. I'm like the Ric Flair of the fucking news quiz.
All right.
All
Better
right.
do something about that then. We'll try.
All right, Fraser. The last trivia question for the news section, I should say. Microsoft unveiled its newest device, and to nobody's shock, it was a set of AR goggles/glasses. What is the name of that device, Fraser? Is it A, HoloLens, B, HaloLens, or C, HoloView?
It is the HoloLens, Gregory.
Fraser, you are right! Yes, indeed, it is the HoloLens. It's basically their version of the VR glasses that everybody's been doing with Oculus and Morpheus, except for this is augmented reality as opposed to virtual reality. What was interesting to note about this is that it's going to be coming with a built-in GPU and CPU, and it has its own self-contained battery, so it's going to be completely cordless. I don't know how I feel about it yet. I'm still not thrilled about this future that everybody is pushing, that we have to wear something on our head and in our face to experience games and stuff. There were some practical applications that they showed off. Certainly it was kind of cool to see like how they did Skype, where the person on the other end of Skype was able to, with a tablet, basically draw. They basically took a demo of fixing a wall light switch, and the person on the other end of the tablet was able to literally draw, so they saw it through their Google Glass Or I just said Google Glass. Jesus, there's something that's going to happen. It's through the Hololens. Although I've already been calling it HaloLens, by the way. But the HoloLens, and he was able to see it on the Skype call to where he could literally just kind of write directions on the screen overlaid on the wall switch, and the guy was able to basically fix the wall switch. And they had a lot of reporters going through this, and the funny part was it was a live wall switch they were having them repair. So there was electricity in it. So at the end of the demo, when they flipped the light switch on, it worked. But that kind of practical application seems kind of cool. I don't necessarily know this is going to be a great gaming application device because it seems like it's going to be a little more limited, but I don't know. I could be wrong. But again, it's this putting these helmets and things on our face. Is anybody else tired of hearing about this and just want to be able to play stuff on a screen, or is it just me?
Can I just jump in?
Yes, you may.
Why has the world been trying to get this to happen for 30 years? It's not gonna happen. It really isn't gonna be the future. People aren't gonna be wearing stuff on their face.
Well, I think the reality is we can trace this back to Star Trek, and Star Trek really is the evil that started all of this because they had the holodeck, and everybody's like, we need that. And ever since
But we
those,
don't.
well, I know, but people have been chasing that dream.
Well, see, hologram and stuff, that's a different thing completely. You can have a hologram without a headset. You don't have to wear anything on your face. The headset is just the limitation of today's technology. You can't have it without a headset because they're not clever enough to they're not clever enough to be able to do it properly because they're spending too much time porting Fable Legends.
Okay, I think on that note, he gets all the points.
Fraser, are you going to concede the victory on that point?
No. Gotta have a go. I can't concede the victory. How can I do that?
No, you cannot. Now, being that this is going to be an odd and even situation, so Fraser, because Rich is the defending champ, I'm going to give this option to you. Call out odd or even, and depending on that, you will well.
Odd.
Thank you. Fraser, you get the choice. Take the question or give the question.
I'll take the question.
Fraser,
Take it like a man.
during the Windows 10 event, Phil Spencer came
Oh,
out on
gosh.
stage. What T-shirt was Phil Spencer rocking?
Oh, I saw I noticed the T-shirt. He was. I don't know what it was though. I don't. I noticed it. I like the way that the Microsoft or the Xbox guys come out in the sort of casual, sort of almost smart casual, but casual all the same, you know. But I have no idea.
It was Gears T-shirt.
It was
what?
not. It was not a
I
Gears
said
T-shirt.
it was not a Gears T-shirt.
No,
It
and
wasn't,
an interesting
no.
side note, Phil has already kind of alluded to the fact that when he does wear these shirts, it is with a purpose. He does not try to do any head fakes by wearing these shirts. So that also is kind of foreshadowing on a kind of quasi-game announcement. Mr. Webster, then, this is in your hands.
I know what he was wearing. I could probably vaguely describe it, but I don't know what it's a reference to.
Oh, did I just stump both of you? Wow.
I noticed the same. I noticed it. I have no idea.
Maybe
what it
you
was.
can work it out together.
Wasn't it like a wheel, a face in like a wheel or something?
I can't remember.
Sort
Seems
of.
like a
I mean,
long while ago now.
I wouldn't call it a wheel, but all right. Well, we're going to end in a tie because I don't have a second trivia question. I figured one of you would be getting this. It was Battletoads.
I'm over here
even know.
whispering it like 500 times. I'm like, Battletoads.
Yes, Phil
One
came
of you
out
assholes hear me.
rocking the Battletoads T-shirt.
Am I supposed to know what that is?
It is a
Yeah.
rare
Like, is it bad
title.
that I don't know what that is?
It's an older, rare title.
Retro
Oh,
old
right, yep.
title.
Retro old title.
Ah.
So yeah, so
Because
we should
see,
expect some
stuff like
Battletoads.
that. Yep.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
this is anticlimactic, and we have this like.
Can I just say something?
You may.
What was one of my predictions for 2015?
I don't remember off the top of my head, but you want to.
Rare would announce a new game for Xbox, and it'll be an old franchise. Boom.
Oh, Rich, you're so good.
I know.
See, and
Okay,
I
let's-
said it would be the year of redoing these stupid things over and over again.
Well, maybe it
Same
won't
old
be a
shit.
redo. Maybe it will be a new title using the old
Mm-mm.
IP. Not a chance in hell. All right. Well, we
Mm-mm.
have trivia from a listener. So maybe it's fitting that we have Fraser start with the trivia. Rich, you'll take the second question, and Nicole, you'll go with the third. So here we go.
Okay.
Fraser, what was the name of the woman? Sorry, what was the name of the woman player had to save in the original Donkey Kong arcade?
Ooh, that's a good question.
What was the name of the woman the player had to save in the original Donkey Kong arcade game?
Oh.
Is it A? I'm going to give you some choices.
Oh,
I
okay,
made you
good.
panic there for a second. A. Princess Peach, B.
Mhm.
Pauline, C. Daisy, or D. Rosalina.
Oh, we had this question come up on Game Punchers. I'm sure of it.
I'm sure
I
you
can't
did.
remember it. I think we said it was Pauline, but I think that was wrong. I think it might be Rose. Rosalina comes back. She's re-entered as a character in the Mario series. Um, she
You
appeared
say
in
it with such
Super
disdain.
Mario. She appeared in Super Mario Galaxy, and she's quite a prominent character now. I wonder whether they resurrected the name. I don't know. I think it could be. I'm going to kick myself if it's not Pauline. I'm going to kick myself either way. Pauline.
Fraser, I'm going to kick you for getting it right. It is
Oh,
Pauline. Well done.
good.
Well done. All right. Rich,
Yes.
are you ready?
Yes.
Rich, how many boss fights are in the original Castlevania? Is it A, 10, B, 6, C, 12, or D, 4? A quick shout out to Teflon 12. That was nice changing up the order there. I like that. Again, A, 10, B, 6, C, 12, or D, 4? How many boss fights in the original Castlevania? Fight!
12.
Rich, I'm sorry, you are incorrect. It is not 12.
Close.
We'll push this over to Nicole. Nicole, one of the answers is now gone. Is it A10, B6, or D4? How many boss fights in the original Castlevania?
6.
Nicole, you are absolutely right. 6. Well done.
Hooray!
Thank you.
Way.
Well, that was the one I was like, because I knew the answer. And I'm like, yeah, go ahead and say 12. Okay.
All right, Nicole. Yeah, Rich is like, thanks a lot. Nicole, name the game based on the back of the box.
Oh, for fuck's sake, why do I always get that one?
It just lands in your lap. I don't know. Nicole, blank is a man with nothing to lose in the violent, cold urban night. A fugitive undercover cop framed for murder and now hunted by cops and the mob. He is a man with his back against the wall, fighting a battle he cannot hope to win. Prepare for a new breed of action game. Prepare for blank.
Bollocks.
I think I might know this one.
Parsnip asked me to say that, and I have. I hope he's happy.
You want me to read it again? We can even use
No.
Parsnips. Bollocks is a man with nothing to lose in the violent, cold urban night. A fugitive undercover cop framed for murder and now hunted by cops and the mob. He is a man with his back against the wall, fighting a battle he cannot hope to win. Prepare for a new breed of action game. Prepare for bollocks.
I'm going to just go with bollocks.
All right. Well, Nicole, I'm sorry. You are incorrect. Rich,
I know.
you seem to think you know.
Possibly. I've got an idea.
Well, if you don't get it, then it's going to kick over to Fraser.
It sounds a little bit like Max Payne.
Rich, if you said Max Payne, you would be 100% correct.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, never played that game. Shit.
That
Maybe
is
I
one of
should
the
have.
all-time. Yeah, it's a
That was
pretty
a
good
great game.
Yeah.
Freaky. There was a particular scene that was quite crazy, but yeah, it was very good.
Yeah.
See, I bet you Rich was like, please screw that up, Nicole, because I know the answer.
Well done to all of you. I mean, it's just a little love sit in here. You guys, there's some tough trivia questions that come your way. So, well done, and to the chat, well done on bollocks because yeah, priceless. Um, all right. I want to do a quick little PSA. Our friend of the show, man of the year, birthday boy, Robin Tate, threw out a little PSA. Wanted to make sure we read this out. So, for our UK listeners or anybody that's trying to have an account for Boomerang out of the UK, it's probably worthwhile to listen to this as well. There was a recent hit on credit cards associated with Boomerang rental services. There is, however, a patron still being affected. This message is on behalf of our own Robin Tate. And his credit card was hit to the tune of £4,998, which thankfully his credit card company is, of course, refunding and caught, and it's going to be taken care of. But more importantly, it's not just him that's being affected. Other listeners have been hit. Adamski86, Kyle Adams, he was hit. His credit card was overcharged by £750. Basically, if you have a credit card associated with the Boomerang rental service, don't leave it to chance. Cancel the card, get a new one issued, because apparently it's still ongoing. It's not been resolved. So just figured, it's best to get that out there for everybody.
Amen, brother.
Amen, brother. All right, Mr. Webster.
Yes.
It's PC time. It's PC talk. We have talked a little bit about this already, but let's talk about PC stuff.
Oh, look,
Okay,
yeah,
so-
look, Fable Legends.
There's no yeah. I was worried that something in there might be on the news quiz, so I was right. There isn't really there isn't a big feature I want to speak about this week, like the building PC stuff last week. But there is a bit of news that I think is noteworthy, leaning towards that Windows 10 event that they had. Windows 10 is going to be free to upgrade within the first year of its release for Windows 7, 8, and 8.1 users. It will not be a subscription service. You will not have to pay for it after the 12 months of having it.
Yeah, that's important
just
because a lot of
means-
people were worried about that.
Yeah, there was a bit of the way they worded stuff, like calling Windows a service and stuff like that. There was a bit of confusion. Basically, you just get it free to upgrade within the year. After that, you have to buy it. There's no free upgrade to do. If you've already upgraded, that's fine. If you haven't, then you have to buy it, maybe $100 or whatever. It's obviously, so why wouldn't you upgrade?
Especially if the reports coming through, early feedback on it is a much better system. It's definitely an upgrade to Windows 8.1, and is bringing back a lot of features for desktop users, which I think is probably the biggest, most important piece that they completely missed the mark with 8, and they were trying to fix with 8.1, and then they decided to just jump to 10 because it just sounded better.
Yeah, well, the people are saying that Windows 10 is kind of like what is Windows 7 what Windows 7 was for XP. So like 8 was kind of like the Vista, and 10
Right.
is going back to what like it kind of should have been. 7's a great OS. You've almost got no reason right now to upgrade, really, if you're still on 7. It's still getting its security updates, and it still runs great. All the games still work on it fine. There are some things Windows 10 will give better for 7. The performance increases, the startup times. Apparently, backwards compatibility with older games and stuff will be better than 7 as well. And of course, there's the DirectX 12, which is going to be coming with Windows 10, and which will also be on Xbox One,
Right.
like at the same time. The whole Xbox One thing that we were talking about before, you'll be able to stream games to PC from Xbox One. With DirectX 12, they're trying to go for what I've got a quote here from Max McMullen, who's a development lead for Direct 3D for Microsoft. He says the goal is to try and achieve console level efficiency.
Right.
The thing with PC is you've always got the OS and everything else in the background hogging your resources. It's not just for playing games. So that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to lower the resource of the OS in the background and things like that, so that you get more. They call it closer to the metal. So you get more. The game can talk easier to the hardware without going through so much, well, like the hoops. Like the API itself, DirectX, is kind of like a divide between the two, the hardware and the software. So hopefully try and lessen that. And even Xbox One's going to benefit. Apparently, twice as fast the games will be able to run.
Yeah, so there's been a whole bunch of speculation around this. How much is DirectX 12 going to impact the Xbox One? How much will it impact PC? Um, I think the impact is probably going to be felt faster and probably more on PC than it will necessarily on Xbox One. And I say that because my understanding of the way DirectX 12 or what it's achieving, it's similar to what Mantle is doing, that AMD put out, which is it's helping developers utilize all the cores of the as the CPU, as opposed to a lot of development right now. The programs basically are just hitting one or two of the cores, and they're not spreading all of the commands, if you will, to the other cores. And so you bottleneck your CPU, and DirectX 12 allows all of those commands to evenly distribute out to the other cores. And so what you end up seeing is a much more efficient usage of the cores, and therefore you get performance increases because you're able to get a lot more command lines through the CPU. And that is probably a horrible, butchered explanation of it, but that's the general gist of how I understand it. So Xbox One, a lot of developers are probably already starting to do some of this multi-threading with the core of the CPU. So it's not necessarily going to be some huge jump, but on the PC side, I think that's been something that really hasn't been done a lot with so far, and so the tools are getting put in place.
Definitely, and I don't even know if it's how much it's going to impact. Really, we haven't been told how much it's going to impact current games because it's not like the current games will currently switch over to using this new
Yeah,
software.
I
So
that
it's more for the future.
exactly, and that was one of the things. The other part of it is this isn't going to make suddenly all past titles work, a ton better. It's not going to impact them probably at all because they were programmed specifically to work the way they're working. So unless somebody goes back in and patches in DirectX 12 and tells the program to run differently, you're not going to see a change.
Yeah, so it's more for titles coming probably in the next year or two. It's not even really titles this year. There will be one or two. The people that have been working closely with Microsoft and stuff like that. Um, Even like the hardware itself, although a lot of the DirectX 12 features require DirectX 12 hardware, there are things, the NVIDIA graphics card, for example, from the 400 series up, they will all work with DirectX 12. They just won't all get the benefits of DirectX 12. I think the GTX 900 series, so the very latest one, is the one that will be able to get all the DirectX 12 features. I can't, off the top of my head, I don't know what the AMD equivalent and that would be for DirectX 12. Honestly, I don't really look at AMD that much.
Yeah, I don't think they've come out with a list yet like Nvidia did. So I'm sure it will happen, but I don't think they have one out yet.
Yeah. Now, back to gaming for PC stuff. Drift Stage, just like what I said before, go and pledge for the game because it looks really good. It's like 3 or 4 guys making the game. It's just really good. Xbox One games coming to PC. Fable Legends. Fable Legends. But Phil Spencer hinted that more will come.
Right.
He actually said specifically this will not be the only first party title coming. So there's a possibility of Halo and Forza coming to PC. Because what other big first party titles have they got other than Fable, Forza, and Halo? Obviously Sunset Overdrive, but I don't know if they're ready to take that away from just Xbox yet. Don't know. Couple of new things. Project Cars had a new trailer. It looks the business. Witcher 3 had a new trailer. Showing off the game, but it showed a few new bits of gameplay, which is really good. Sid Meier's Starships was announced, which is a game set in the Sid Meier's Civilization Beyond Earth
By the way,
universe.
yeah, that game could get that. Yeah, I might be picking that up for my PC. Just for the record.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Starships or Beyond Earth.
No, Starships. I'm Beyond Earth, from what I've gathered, is basically just Civ in space, in like a space, a Martian planet, if you will.
Yeah, it's like an expansion to Civ 5, the way
Yeah.
people call it.
Yeah, Starships seems like something up my alley. Turn-based, tactical, I'm good. Spaceships,
Yeah.
building, bravo.
It's gonna be very good. And Among Ripples, which this is hot off the press, Among Ripples was recently released on Steam.
I like the other game you were about to say, Among Nipples.
I think that's what people are calling it. That's why I said it.
I was
People call
like,
it
oh,
Among
he almost
Ripples.
buggered that up. Oh,
Um,
shit.
I'll just read you basically the little tidbit. It says, control a pond's ecosystem, experiment with what you can do, and see what happens. Among Nipples is a meditative ecosystem management simulator. You add different creatures to the pond and see how they interact. It's basically a side-on view of a pond, and you add different creatures over time and see how they interact with each other and stuff. It's like an ecosystem simulator. The only reason I'm suggesting it is because it's like an interesting idea, and it's free to play on Steam.
Do they have an axolotl?
No, they don't even know what the animals are. They're just like silhouettes of fish.
Oh.
Oh, how boring.
I haven't played it yet, but it's 256 megabytes in size. It's free to play. Apparently, from the developer themselves, from their own lips, it says, Among Ripples is a free product with no strings attached. It's a little experimental title we want to share freely with you all.
And a little asterisk at the bottom, no exolatos.
Hashtag no exolatos. That's on the box. Yeah, and that's pretty much it from the desktop this week.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that, Rich. Fraser, I'm going to put you to work, so I hope you're ready.
Yeah, no. Go on.
No, it's okay. I will set the table for you.
What are we doing?
Our lovely Skulldugger came on the show last week, and of course he's now feeling quite enthusiastic. So he threw out a question to the community as well as us. I will be inserting it into the audio version of the podcast right about now. But for the sake of this podcast, the live feed, because I can't get that to play audio-wise, I'm just going to tell you what it was. It was, if your life was a video game, what would it be? Describe it. So, my life as a video game would be a loot-driven game where the loot is far less rewarding, and when you get it, you think, that's it? That would be my life right now.
All right.
Yeah, no, there's other ways I could describe my life, but in this very moment, that to me is my life summed up. So, Fraser.
You're chasing the pot of rainbow at the gold, but really it's not a pot of gold, is it?
No, it's not. They're like wooden nickels in that stupid bucket.
There you go.
I can trade in a bunch of them and I get a little bit back, but
It's not about the destination, Greg. It's about the journey.
Oh, Christ. Fraser, what about you? How would you describe your life in a video game right now?
I have no idea. I hadn't given that any thought, really. Just sort of bumbling around, picking up stuff off the ground. Maybe trying to combine it, see if it makes anything. Searching for the elusive axolotl.
Searching for the elusive axolotl. Yep, that works. Nicole, what about you?
I think I would have to say Minecraft. All that work and getting nowhere fast.
See, I thought for sure you would be saying it's like a Phoenix Wright game.
What?
Phoenix Wright, the lawyer, 3DS. The lawyer.
Yeah, again, not speaking my language.
All right.
Oh, yes, you are. Totally get it, but don't have a clue what. See, I'd have to know what.
Right.
Yeah, and
Correct.
my love for Nintendo, or lack thereof. I don't know.
You just don't like playing with your Wii out.
I don't have a Wii to hang out, so no.
Well said. Rich, what about you? How would you
No
describe
Rich.
your life? No Rich, did he step out?
Yeah.
All right. Well, then let's move on to some of the tweets we got back from our audience. So this is where I was going to put you to work, Fraser.
Okay.
So we have a long list in the notes there.
Oh, I like a good list.
Yes, you have to do a little bit of deciphering because I literally just copy and pasted right off of Twitter. So
That's okay. It'll be like a game. So I can see here we have first off our good friend of the show, Skullduggerer, Mr. Richard Primrose, said if the Primrose household was a video game, there'd be too many fetch quests, too much driving, and not enough loot. He also added in the daily commute game badly needs to be patched with fast travel.
I totally agree with that.
And then he
Amen.
added in again, he's really enjoying his own question here. He added in again, the AI in most shop assistants is badly broken. You ask a question and they wander off aimlessly and don't appear in the game again.
Just like in real life. Oh my God.
Trivia crack thief Richard Natras has tweeted
Yeah.
Limbo, a series of things that puzzle me that... Oh, hang on a second. Was that the question? Oh, his video game as a life is Limbo, a series of things that puzzle me that eventually I will manage to struggle through. There we
No,
go.
he'll just steal everybody else's shit.
There you go. Danny Xanax. That's a new name. I've not heard of
No.
Danny Xanax before.
have.
Welcome, you have? Has he been
Yes.
around before? Yes, Danny. Hello, Danny.
Yeah,
he
that's
says,
Dan.
Really,
He's in
Nicole?
our clan.
"Oh,
He's in
that's
our
Dan.
clan.
Is he? I don't
Fail
recognize
as
the
a
Xanax."
clan leader. Oh my God! You
Yeah,
don't
but
see. No, this is the cult. This is what's happening right here. We are seeing. This is really how a cult works. You don't know who all your people are.
That's right.
You've got so many underlings underneath you that you're just like, I don't know.
They're not underlings. We're all colleagues. We're all,
This
it's
is
just
a
some
Borg
of it,
collective.
it's just when you're up there near the top, sometimes you're not aware of everything that's going on. Right? Soldiers there like Nicole, she knows what's going on at the coal face. Right? All right.
Yep.
Yeah, keep
I
going,
I
Patton.
didn't recognize the Xanax bit. So, Dan, good to see you there, Dan. He says not enough respawns, too many stupid AI roaming around, and that's reference to the extra 7. Good lord! No wonder he's burying himself in Clash of Clans. Reference to the extra 7 people in my home and horrid physics. Bad back. Yes, bad back. I don't wish a bad
Probably
back
why
upon
he has
anyone.
Xanax.
Yep.
True. Pete has said his game would be a non-existent storyline.
He must
It's
be
quite vacant and sad, isn't it?
his destiny. Wait, what? Did I say
It's
that?
sad. There's the sad music in the background.
I know.
Non-existent storyline. John Kinney 999 said mine would have just the one romance option.
By the way, the next 2 are related to that original.
Oh, okay. So I was just going to say, are we going to try and decipher that one? We don't need to. He's followed on and said, is that the game you have to put 100,000 hours into and barely rank up romance in-game purchases to avoid grinding? Oh, hang on a second. OC Skullduggerer. No, I can't decipher this. I don't understand it. I don't understand. I'm getting
It's
scared
okay. So
now.
OC Skulldugger responded to @Kinney9099,
There we go.
and he gave that response, which was, "Is that the game you have to put 1,000 or 10,000 hours in, or 100,000 hours in?" If I really
That's
look at the number,
100.
I know. Into and barely rank up romance in-game purchases to avoid grinding.
Okay, and
To
then
which
John
John replied,
got it. Problem is, sometimes it's impossible to fill the quest requirements, usually once a month or so. Maybe with a blue power-up.
"Oh, the blue power-up. Well played."
Oh, that's great.
All right, and then we had a couple more that weren't related to the question, but we'll go ahead and read that out because I found these kind of funny.
These were not related to the question this week. From Richard Natras again. He said, my 2015 prediction is the Oculus Rift will come out complete with its own hub world. This world will grow and grow, and by 2032, 96% of the world will be spending more time in the hub world than in the real world, thus bringing about the future depicted in the book. What book?
Ready Player One,
Oculus Rift.
I believe.
Okay. And then we have a tweet from here's another listener who goes by the name of Richard Natras. He says, great to hear fellow Nottingham lad OC Skulldugger on the OC podcast this week, though not too sure if 2015 will quite pan out as he thinks.
Right, which... Go ahead, sorry. I'm
Well,
totally
no,
interrupting you.
Sorry, I was getting caught up there in the fellow Nottingham lad because I mentioned to Natras that I lived in Nottingham. So
Yes.
for a
Rich
while,
had some very outlandish predictions last week,
Yeah.
including one referencing curved handhelds, because the curved screen is apparently the greatest idea since we've known about screens.
Yeah.
It's not, by the way.
And Richard and his predictions. Then there's another tweet here from. He said, Richard's followed on with, I was right with you on the curved handhelds. I've been trying to bend my iPhone all night. Haha.
Yes, and Skulldugger did respond to him and said, I believe the easiest way to accomplish that is to sit on it. And that's the latest iPhone 6, I think, is so thin that people have actually been able to bend their phones a little bit because they're putting it in their back pocket and they're sitting on it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the iPhone 6 when that came out there. It was all
Yep.
the hoo-ha.
Yes. So yeah, in just a side note on this whole curved screen business, I really don't get it. I watched a Best Buy commercial where they're like, get a new curved Samsung screen and you can have any seat in the house be the best one. And I see this guy sitting off to the side of the TV like they're all watching football, and he's like careening his head around the corner trying to see the full screen. And I'm just like, your own commercial proves that's the worst idea ever.
Yeah,
Seriously.
well, they need
Truth
new
in
ideas to
advertising.
sell new stuff. That's all it is.
I mean, I thought 4K was a pretty good one. I could get behind 4K.
Well, we will get behind 4K. That's
Yeah.
just unfortunately it's early days and we can't generally afford to get behind 4K at the moment.
Right.
And there isn't the stuff to watch on 4K at the moment. I mean, I was in the shop the other day talking to the guy and I asked him about 4K. And he said the only people who are pushing 4K at the moment as a feed is Netflix. And if you want to watch Netflix in 4K, you need a very, very hefty internet connection.
Yeah.
And so you can probably look to paying God knows what per month on your bills. It's the barrier to entry on that is money.
Yeah, that's sad. But true.
But it'll come.
It will. It will. I believe 4K definitely will get here. The curved screens are going to go the way of HD DVD. It's going to die.
They'll go the way of 3D DVD too, eh?
Yeah, although 3D TV's kind of stuck around, but it really is it's not gone away completely, but it's no longer a big selling point for sure.
Do you know I've never been to anyone's house who's got one of those?
Go see Steve Conger. He has one. He loves it. He talks about it all the time.
Okay. Interesting.
Yep. He'll put you right on the couch, put a pair of glasses on you, and you will experience the subpar 3D experience.
Okay, subpar.
Subpar. Brilliant.
Just kidding, Steve. Just kidding. All right, Nicole.
Yes, sir.
Let us jump over to new releases.
Okie
Remember how we
dokie.
talk about new releases and games coming up that haven't come out yet?
Yes, I do, actually. And I even have that little list right in front of my face.
That's good.
I know. So the new releases from the 23rd, which would be today, to the 30th of January. Blackguards 2 on PC on January 20th. Citizens of Earth, PC, PS4, whatever. Wii U, Vita, 3DS, and PC.
3DS.
Seriously, I'm a big. I swear to God, I am gonna reach across the screen and bitch slap you.
Just say it again for me.
No.
She'll have to in the next game.
I know. I know. I just read that. I was like, damn it.
Brilliant.
Gunman Clive 2 on 3DS. Ironclad Tactics, PlayStation 4. Planet Side 2, the beta, PS4. And then a Resident Evil Remastered.
I'm so glad they didn't put HD in the name.
Right. For Xbox One, 360, PS4, PS3, and PC.
Yeah, I'm tempted by that one.
Yeah, definitely.
I was,
love the games version.
and then I watched a stream of it, and I listened to the horrific voice acting, and I instantly realized I did not need to play this game. That voice acting is so bad.
You know what?
Yeah, they were bad
They
in the early
suck.
days.
Yeah.
These are the ones I read from last week, and you left them in there.
I did not leave them in there on purpose.
Because I'm looking at that going, wait a minute, that got
Yeah.
out of hell. I read that last time.
All those games have come out. More importantly,
Yeah.
start with Grey Goo.
So I am. I see, look at that. Quick editing right there. And I don't really want to start with any Grey Goo because that can't be healthy. So Grey Goo on PC, January 23rd, which would be today. Dying Light, Xbox One, PS4, PC, January 27th. Quit doing that, Fraser. There's no 3DS on there. Grim Fandango. Now I don't know which ones you effed up, you jerk.
I can guarantee you it's not a 3DS.
Okay, Grim Fandango on PS4 and Vita on the 27th. And Life is Strange, episode 1. Oh, yeah. Xbox One, 360, PS4, PS3, and PC. I am. I'm gonna bitch slap you.
Canadian killed
Greg.
through screen. News at 11. Yeah.
He's editing as I'm reading. I'm like,
I
I
know,
don't know
I
which
know.
one you edited.
For the listeners, we apologize. I mean, we do have shared notes, so you can edit on the fly. And every once in a while, people like to get creative with their editing skills as we're trying to talk. All right, let's move over to some playdates this week. The GT League R class is kicking off on Monday. That is the track league, track guys. So go check that out. Go to the track website. In fact, I don't know if they have anything in the forums at g4te.com, but they probably do. Either way, you want to really get in touch with the Henwood, who you probably remember from last week. He's the racing guy, the guru. On Thursday, they're also doing a mini league at 9 p.m. 9 p.m. I think it's BST, British time. I'm not positive, but I believe that is the case. I don't have the times here. In fact, I don't have the time for the Monday league, so just guess. More importantly, reach out to the Henwood. He'll hook you up. He'll get you set straight. Or you can reach out to Bongo the Sane. He also will probably know. Marcanix might even know, since he's been playing a lot in the track leagues with those guys. And finally, Sunday at 6 p.m. UK time, thank you, Left 4 Dead 2 on Steam. So all you PC elitists, get your Steam boxes going, get your PCs fired up, and get some Left 4 Dead 2 on with Mr. Webster. I believe that is Rich. Rich, you're running that Sunday?
I'm running it like it's nobody's business.
Running it like nobody's business. I love to hear that. Fraser, your cult clan, the Canadian cult clan wars. We need an update. How have you guys done?
Well, I think, Nicole, that we had one of our best victories last week, wouldn't you say?
Yes. Much agreed.
Yes, it looked like it was going to be an uphill battle, and it was close all the way, but really at the end, we probably won through by participation again, but, by any means necessary. We just had enough people all got in there. I think at the end we had maybe sort of out of, how many were we there? Was it a 30-person battle, which is 60 fights? We probably had close to 55 fights, if not more. I'd have to check, but...
Now, was this against the Rage of Dragons?
I'm just pulling up the results now, actually.
It was.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, because that's the one I picked last time.
Right,
and honestly, a lot of their guys, cheating bastards.
Cheating bastards.
Their big guys went after our little guys.
Is that a no-no?
It's rude. I mean,
it's not officially cheating.
Yeah, but it's guaranteed 3 stars if, you've got someone who's rank 100 going after a guy who's rank 10. It's just foul play.
But it's war. There's any means
war.
necessary.
It is war.
And I'm gonna call out John Mouse, because I noticed on some of his he took a fight which was like 20 places below him, and it seemed a little out of place. But really, at the end of the day, we need the stars on the board.
Amen.
And I think in my second fight, trying to clear up stars at the end, I dropped down somebody who was like 10 to 15 places below me as well.
Yes, but I remember yelling at you in the chat I'm like, they've been doing it. Just go do it. We need the stars.
Yeah, I tend to hang back if I can at the end and go mop out, try and mop up the stars. Because usually the first 3 battles are the tough ones, and we have our top 3 heavy hitters are Scots, John, and probably Dude Man.
Yeah.
You know, and if those guys, so those guys are the only ones who can probably take on the top 3 or 4 of of the opposing clans. But I'm of the opinion that if we ignored those 3 and then we just concentrate on 4th downwards, so everybody's battling at least 3 below them, we stand a good chance of mopping up, a maximum amount of stars. Anyway, these are tactics that unfortunately we don't really get a chance to discuss it where everyone can listen to it. We do have a plan. I've spoken to Nick about this, and Bongo and John, to try and get together and do a Clash of Clans podcast and hammer out some ideas and maybe bring a little bit of, share some people who have a bit of knowledge, share the knowledge with the other people or the new people in the clan, and maybe get some tactics down. But for how difficult it is to communicate amongst everyone, we're doing all right.
Punching above your weight.
Yep.
I wouldn't say we're punching above our weight, but it's been interesting because if you think back, even like 3 or 4 months ago, a lot of people were just cutting their teeth. It's really interesting to see how strong everyone's, a lot of those early people were now, and everybody's getting their dragons. So that's good. It's dragon frenzy.
Dragons.
Everybody's
Hell
going dragon mental. So it's really good.
Well, this has been fascinating conversation. Thank you for that update.
And it's getting more popular. Where I think we're pushing 35 members now.
You guys are just growing. It's awesome.
Yep. So it's good.
It is awesome. And you're battling who now? Cyprus? Is that what I see?
Yeah, Cyprus.
Cyprus. Death to Cyprus. All right. The cross-platform, the Golf Club Challenge. We're waiting on a certain Gary D. Felice. You probably, if you've listened to this podcast, understand that Gary is a slacker. He is probably the lowest of lows. I mean, he's a nice guy and all, but, I mean, at the end of the day, he's not trustworthy. He's supposed to be picking out the course. So, Gary, if you're listening to this, calling you out, get the course. Come on. We're waiting on you.
I would just like to point out that I don't agree with anything Greg said there. I like you, Gary. You're all right, mate.
Funny thing is I was texting with Gary earlier, and he said to tell Greg to suck it.
See? My point exactly.
He said to tell everybody hi, even Greg.
Oh, Gary. He friends and enemies, they are so close, and sometimes, your enemies are your friends, and so, that's my love-hate with Gary. Good guy, bastard, all in the same breath. All right, but we will eventually get our next course up and running for the tournament, and I hope to have that for next week. So just stay tuned. It'll happen. It'll happen. All right, we do have victories achieved to go through this week. So this is a contest that we put on every quarter. Basically, you complete a game. We want you to jump on your cell phone or whatever camera picture-taking device you might have handy. Take a picture of yourself with the game in the background if you can manage it, but most importantly yourself. Let us know the game you just completed and tweet that out to @g4te.com, spell the dot, and you will be entered into a contest where once a quarter we give away $20 in space bucks on either PSN, Xbox Live, or Steam. Your choice. So just get to completing those games and then let us know what you completed, like these fine fellas and just fellas this go round. Amras89 finished Midnight Mysteries 3 Devil on the Mississippi.
What is that?
I know. I'm starting to question. I think he's pulling out movie titles.
First of all, Amras is getting called up because he's got this Tales of the Borderlands Episode 1 nonsense again with his... Am I the only one who complains about this when I come on?
Yes.
Possibly.
Am I?
Yeah.
Right. Well, I'm complaining about it anyways. But if someone's doing that, you can't trust them, right? So you got to find out what this other game is that he's going in. Midnight Mysteries 3, Devil in the Mist. What is that?
I think it's a movie title. I think he is throwing out a movie title. That's this is going under suspicion, and we're going to have to file a whole investigation on this.
That's under review.
Yes, under review.
It's under review.
Nick Nitrous completed a game we actually know of, GTA 5.
There you go. Something that took time and effort.
Yes. Marcanix, he got through Lego the Movie video game. And Amras89, we already mentioned, finished Tales from the Borderlands Episode 1. Hardly Dan also trying to squeeze in on that. Tales from the Borderlands Episode 1 nonsense.
Partners in crime. Look at that.
Totally.
They are.
They are
And by
partners
the
in
way,
crime.
that Midnight Mysteries, you freaking elitist, is a Steam game.
Right.
Or is it?
It is. I looked it up.
Also, Natra79 finished Limbo. Fraser Moo, who's that fine fellow? He finished The Evil Within.
Yeah, 20
And
hours hard work. That's what that was. That's the first time I've ever done a victory achieved.
congratulations. To feel good?
Yes.
See? Yep, it's addicting. You're going to start doing it all the time now. Adam Ski 86 finished Halo Combat Evolved, the Master Chief Collection. And that does it for victories achieved, which means we're at the end of the show. So we are going to round things up here real fast. If you want to send us a SpeakPipe, we have this thing called SpeakPipe where you can send us a message. We will play it in the audio version usually because I, for some reason, cannot or have not been able to get it to play on our live feed. But it's sp.g4te.com. Just type that into your little browser, or Spartan browser if you've got the new fancy one and you're in the Windows preview, and you'll be taken right to our SpeakPipe page. Of course, you can just listen to us live, which is maybe the easiest way to do it. It's live.g4te.com. Definitely encourage it. Take part in the chat. It's lots of fun. People come in, listen to the show, say all kinds of crazy things. We try to ignore them most of the time. You can email the show podcast at g4te.com. You can also tweet us like everybody did on this week's question at OC_podcast. And finally, we do have a Facebook page that I don't visit, but everybody else under the sun does, fb.g4te.com. And I just don't do Facebook. Even though I do. Once in a while, I feel like empowered to like send off a cute picture of my son or something. But yeah. I've just gotten way too many invites to Candy Crush through Facebook.
You know the problem with Facebook
You
is
can block
now?
that.
There's too many people posting news articles. It's
Yeah,
like, I like Facebook with keeping up with people and what they're up to. I don't need people posting articles
News and
about something in
advertisements.
whatever. It's
Yeah.
like, if I want to read the news, I'll go read the news.
Yep.
So.
Yep. I'm much more of a Twitter person. I like the instant gratification and the fast-moving Twitter sphere.
Instant gratification. I'm sure that's exactly what you like.
I am all about that. iTunes,
I like-
Stitcher, YouTube. Our podcasts appear on all of those fine little venues now, so you can check it out there as well. And we certainly encourage you to give us a review. Nicole, you know, like how I just cut you off and kept going.
No,
Because I want you now. I'm just not going to let you talk, Nicole.
That's fine. Go.
Nicole, shout-outs. Go ahead, go.
Oh God, you both of you. I'm just gonna knock your heads together. Shouting out to Gary DeFleece.
Why?
I want to thank because you asshat. For my birthday, he bought me the DLC for the Destiny stuff, so I got to play that a little bit today, thanks to him. So I want to say thank you. He's the best, one of the best bros I got. And I wanted to wish Robin a happy birthday for today, and that I hope his father gets well soon. To our listeners, and of course our Twitch chatters.
Yes.
I love that word, chat. And always to you, gentlemen, and JD, and last but not least, the gunts I played with last night. Rabbit Scotsman, Gary, Amaris, Hardly Dan, and Steve Conger. And now, Fraser.
I'll give a quick shout out to my fellows at Game Punchers, John and Steve, and also a quick shout out to the fellows from the Bull Punchers, Jim, Brandon, and Dave. We did a collaboration podcast this week, which I implore, and doing sneaking in a quick advert for that, to go check it out. We really had a lot of fun doing that. It's well worth listening to. And thanks, guys, for helping us out with it. And then I'll give a big shout out to Rob, and happy birthday to my good friend in Northern Ireland. I'm sorry we missed him today, and I hope everything is working out for you and your dad gets better and all that stuff, and you squeeze in a very happy birthday somewhere in amongst all that you're having to go and deal with right now. There we go.
Okay.
And Greg.
Mr. Webster, what about you?
I'd like to quickly shout out Microsoft for Windows 10. The the cross-platform stuff. Don't know if we mentioned it before, but Fable Legends is actually cross-platform now. You'll be able to play and chat with people on Xbox One and PC. I know that they've done that before with Shadowrun, but it seems like they might be trying to push it. So maybe in the future, Greg, me and you will be able to sit down and play some Halo together.
Absolutely.
I mean, I'll probably be getting an Xbox One at some point anyway, but yeah, you can dream. Me Fortress Craft giveaway, we didn't get a slew of emails, I see, people wanting that game, but we did have David Morton post on the G4T forums because I made a post on there, so he'll be getting a copy of the game, free.
Well done.
His favourite moments, the question was email in or tell us your favourite moment from a game like Minecraft or whatever. And he said, one of my favourite Minecraft memories has to be the G4T server, building the space shuttle and the fully working digital clock. It took weeks mining all materials and planning redstone path, but was well worth it. So yeah, there you go. I was also going to give it to Parsnip Nose, but having a quick look, he already owns it, but I don't think he's ever played it. Which says a lot about Steam.
It does indeed.
So yeah, basically the competition's still open. I've got 5 keys to give away. If you've got a favourite memory of playing a Minecraft type game or Terraria or something, send it in. There's a post on the G4T forums in the competition section, or send us an email at ocpodcast@g4te.com. That's not
I'm
the email
looking at
address.
it on Steam here,
Podcast at
Richard.
g4t.com.
Is it any good? Fortress Craft?
It's all right. It's okay. It's a different take. It's not really about mining in the Minecraft sense. It's kind of more about the building side. There's a lot changed since the indie game version on Xbox. There's all sorts of weird and wonderful stuff. And it's like a better looking version of Minecraft. It kind of looks a bit better, so it's a different look. You know, it's not about 8-bit. It's like nice and HD type of thing.
Right.
Ish. Yeah, it's not bad. It's currently, I think, $6.99 on Steam or something. So I've got 4 more codes to give away. So just send us an email or post on
I
the
will
forum.
send you an email then, Rich. You know what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying, Rich? Read between the lines, Rich.
What I would like to do is quickly for the listeners, with the announcements of the new Microsoft and Windows cross-platform stuff, send us an email or tweet us and let us know what game you'd like to see come to PC that was an Xbox-only game. Be it, I don't know, one of the Gears of War games that never made it, or one of the Fable games. I don't think Fable 2 came to PC. You know,
I'll give you
anything?
one straight off. What was that one where the 2.5D side scroller on Xbox Live wasn't released on anything else? Started with an S.
Shadow
Complex.
Shadow Complex.
Shadow Complex needs to be re-released on something before
I'd like
we
to
lose
see
it to Xbox 360 forever.
Nuts and Bolts would be a good one, I think.
We had fun in Nuts and Bolts, Rich.
Banjo-Kazooie?
Yeah.
Yeah, I played a ton of that.
Yep.
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah.
So yeah, Facebook us, tweet us, email us, speak pipe us, whatever. Send us what you'd like to see. And I just want to shout out the listeners for everyone who's come and listened live on Twitch. I tweet about it every week. People seem to manage to come. And shout out to you guys as well, because it's always a blast chatting to you all.
Oh, well, thank you, sir. I want to shout out the 3 of you for making the podcast. It's always a pleasure to speak to you guys. I want to shout out the listeners, except for Gary DeFelice. We love you all. You know I love you, Gary. Come on. A big shout out to Robin Tate. Happy birthday, my friend, and absolutely nothing but well wishes for your father. And I want to shout out Richard Natris. And if I'm saying your last name wrong, I apologize. But he has been always, on it, retweeting our tweets and favoriting our tweets. And so I just, we love the support. So big shout out to you. Thanks for keeping up doing that. And I think that pretty much is it. Let's call this an episode and get out of here.
I'll be giving David Morton his Fortress Craft code as we speak right now on the show.
Live giveaway.
Live bloody giveaway.
Just don't say
if
the
I can
code.
find him. If I can find him.
That's it, folks. We're done. We're out of here.
Bye.
See you later.